That grain wagon in the picture is how they used to haul grain on the farm in the days before trucks and grain augers, and they used a scoop to load it with. So I was curious how much those scoops held, and this video shows you. I wonder, should I take the mercury out today? Well, if the sun comes out, maybe. It's plenty mild enough, almost up to the thawing point. Shouldn't be a problem starting it, but the scenery is just kind of drab when the sun's not shining. Gray sky, kind of a mist in the air. I think we can do better than that. Well, kind of a gray November day here on the 14th of 2020. Not a lot going on, so I got time to do a little experiment here, something I've been wondering about due to a recent discussion. What we got here, commonly known as a grain scoop in the early days of farming. Most of the grain grown on this farm was probably loaded by my grandfather using one of these. I've seen it referred to as a Manitoba scoop. But this one doesn't have a name on it. The handle was literally rotted away, the wood was gone, so I came up with a kind of a crude replacement here, a broomstick handle. And just out of curiosity, I'd like to see what these hold for quantity. Somebody commented that they could hold a bushel. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. A bushel would be 60 pounds. Of course, there is the possibility that this one is worn down, used to be longer. I don't know, but I guess the procedure here is to scoop as full as possible and do a weight measurement. A little on the dark side in here. Got some nice tough Brandon wheat here, 17% moisture. Well, I can't reach in easy, so I'll just sort of finish filling it by hand. So there you go. I would say that's, for all practical purposes, a full scoop. Now, since it's going to be pretty hard to weigh in that container, what I'm going to do is get a pail to dump it in and then weigh the pail. So stay tuned for more on that. So just for fun, I dug out the old half bushel measure. It's a rusty old metal container, filled to the brim, would hold a half bushel of whatever grain you want it to be measuring. Now, the lighting's not going to be great in here, but I'll set her down there. Now we got to dump the scoop into the half bushel measure. Well, it's considerably less than half a bushel. I would say it's closer to a quarter of a bushel. But we have ways of measuring. What I got here, if the lighting is good enough, the original beam scale that came with this farm. No doubt my grandfather measured a lot of quantities on this. So it weighs, the lighting is terrible here, but there's your 100-pound mark. So this is a 100-pound maximum, which of course a half bushel of wheat is not going to weigh. A bushel of wheat is nominally 60 pounds, So a half bushel is going to be around 30, and this is well under half a bushel by my guess. So I'm going to call it 25. Okay, now I got to find a way to hang it on there. Now that's going to slide down. So, again, working over this door panel is not the most convenient, and I'll try not to spill too much, or if any. I should have measured the pail weight first, but we can do that later. Yeah, this may not work here in this location. I'm thinking the pail's going to hang against the door panel. Yeah, we are going to have to relocate, so to be continued. Okay, there's our scale hanging, set on 0 and basically level, so looking good. So we hang our pail on the hook like this. And we adjust. I hope this camera's on focus here. Okay, it's less than 25. It's more than 22. Oh, it's not that much. I'm going to call that level. So 20, 21, 22. Just over 22 pounds in there, including the pail. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that pail might weigh 2 pounds. So, yeah, 20 pounds of wheat in the old Manitoba scoop. And that's heavy enough. Right, now we weigh the pail. Okay, it's more than 0. Just about 2 pounds, like I said. Okay, we'll call that done. Anyway, hope you found this video informative, or at least slightly entertaining. And hit the like button if you do. More to come from old Roosty 6 in the not too distant future.